The Vice President said the project will commence within this month. He also noted that President Akufo-Addo will commission the Kumasi International Airport next month. As part of the new Shipping Reform Act, the Federal Maritime Commission, FMC, announced it's reorganizing its enforcement structure and plans to hire more investors to crack down on port and foreign-owned shipping companies who are breaking the law. The investigative and prosecution functions of the FMC will now be consolidated into a newly created Bureau of Enforcement, Investigations and Compliance, that's the BEIC. This change is effective immediately. This announcement comes weeks after President Biden visited the port of Los Angeles and foreign-blamed carriers for contributing to inflation while raking a huge profit during the COVID-19 container shipping boom. President Biden said in June last year, foreign-owned shipping companies raised their prices and raked in $190 billion in profit, a seven-fold increase in just 1 year. The FMC's BEIC will be divided into 3 sections: the Office of Enforcement, the Office of Investigations, and the Office of Compliance. These offices will each be led by an office director. According to the FMC chairman, Daniel B. Murphy, robust enforcement of the Shipping Act is absolutely key to the effectiveness of the Federal Maritime Commission. He said the President and Congress have given this agency to prioritize enforcement. Specifically, it enhances FMC's capacity to closely scrutinize the conduct of the ocean carrier companies and marine terminal operators. If you just join us, you're listening to Maritime and Port News. The first ship carrying grain has left a Ukraine port under a landmark deal with Russia. Turkish and Ukrainian officials say the ship left the southern port of Odessa early on Monday morning local time. Russia has been blockading Ukrainian ports since February, but the two sides made a deal to resume shipment. It is hoped the agreement will ease the global food crisis and lower the price of grain. Turkey said the Sierra Leone-flagged vessel Razoni would dock at the port of Tripoli in Lebanon, adding that further shipments were planned over the coming weeks. The Joint Coordination Center set up in Istanbul under the deal said the ship was carrying some 26,000 tons of corn and was expected to arrive in Turkish waters for inspection on Tuesday. Ukraine's Minister of Infrastructure, Oleksandr Kubrakov, an important test to show the deal would work, with Turkey aiding its safe navigation through dangerous waters. In our final story, the United Nations panel of experts on Libya learned that the ship MV Victory Roro was transporting vehicles in breach of the United Nations arms embargo. In response, European naval forces assigned to Operations Irene conducted a boarding inspection of the ship off the coast of Libya. The ship, flying the flag of Equatorial Guinea, has long been suspected of transferring military equipment to Libya under the name MV Lucelo, flying the flag of the Comoros. The vessel was identified by the panel as having delivered military vehicles to the country in early March 2022. The French Navy plane spotted the cargo ship as it crossed the Suez Canal and entered the Mediterranean Sea. The ship was monitored during its route. Then the Italian Navy frigate, its Grace Sail, took over and conducted the inspection. Both warships are deployed under the operational control of Operations Irene under the EU Naval Force Command. During the inspection, the team identified dozens of military vehicles in violation of the UN arms embargo on Libya. In accordance with the United Nations Security Council Resolution 2292/2016, mandates Operation Irene to seize the vehicles and is now diverting the ship to a European port for further proceedings. The inspection of MV Victory Roro is the 24th boarding by Operation Irini since it launched in March 2020. Irini authorized the diversion of ships like this and the seizure of transported arms and arms-related materials. On this note, we wrap up this morning's edition of Maritime and Port News. Maritime and Port News is proudly sponsored by the Ghana Shippers Authority. They provide you with the best in oil shipping solutions. Contact them at the Shippers House in Accra. My name is Nanisi Boateng, my producer. Kwekwa Boje. Have a great day.
Na ase ho te say
mama o ti apon kakra na momont me say duane
enti na me de front active and chance ne pepe mu nware papa bia